We go and listen to this story. A 23-year-old woman will appear at the Nkandla Magistrates Court facing charges of fraud after posing as an intern medical student from Wits. She allegedly treated patients at 5 KwaZulu-Natal hospitals and clinics. It's believed the woman did not finish high school. Vusi Kumalo is looking into this story. Vusi, a very good morning to you. How long was she allowed to practice at these health facilities?
Good morning, Plain, as well as to the viewer as well. It's still a mystery on how did she become, or how did she even practice being a medical intern, even as far as back as knowing that initially she's a dropout, a high school dropout, according to media reports that she last attended high school at grade 11. That was like 4 years ago, and then she didn't even pass grade 11. She then appeared suddenly at Wits University, or where we were told that she was doing medical studies there, and then after perhaps completing there, she went on to become a medical intern at various or few hospitals in KwaZulu-Natal, naming Nongoma, Hlabisa, Nkandla, as well as a community center Hlengisizwe at Hammersdale in Durban. Well, that's still a mystery. How did she really become an intern after allegedly duping several health institutions and also trying to convince them that she was indeed a medical student at Wits University, and then she acquired this job of being a medical intern at these few health institutions in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Well, Plain, I must say that she has just briefly appeared in the Nkandla Magistrates Court, where she was facing charges relating to fraud, and also because we are told that she also had someone who also tried to make a certificate or a medical degree from Wits University, because in those institutions or health institutions in the province, she was also presenting those papers to say that to convince them that she was indeed a medical student coming to serve her clinical internship at those institutions. Well, after her brief appearance, the court heard that she was being observed at Ngwelezane Hospital, but a psychological doctor there told her that she was not able to determine whether she was suffering from any psychological condition. She was then referred to Fort Napier Hospital in Pietermaritzburg. Fort Napier Hospital in Pietermaritzburg is the one that checks the mental challenges to challenge patients or clients. So that's where she's been heading to now, even though she's still out on bail. So the matter has been postponed to the 29th of September for a further mental observation and evaluation plan.
So do we know, as you reporting, she was taken on as an intern, do we know how many patients she saw? Do we know if she prescribed medication, for instance, for these patients? What are we learning with regards to that?
Yes, Ben, as I'm standing here, in my background is Nkandla Hospital, upon where she also did this vital signs. She did also screening and also writing important prescriptions for patients and clients at these hospitals. So it's a very, very difficult matter even to comprehend on how did she really become an intern, on how she was allowed in the first place to be here. Maybe I can also mention that the ANC in the province, after having met on the weekend, the PEC through the secretary of KwaZulu-Natal ANC, Mr. Mtumseni Ntuli, I must mention that he said that they did meet over the weekend, and they are also, because this matter has dragged the ANC in the mud in the province, so the ANC is also worried about the dent on their integrity here in the province. They are saying that because there's been allegations tracking Jomo Sibiya, who's a APEC member in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, saying that Nokwanda and Jomo Sibiya, according to media reports and other reports, are saying that they share a baby. They were once a couple years ago. So they are saying that Jomo Sibiya has been allegedly, abusing some of the young women, including Nokwanda, who's accusing him of neglecting their child, even though the paternity of that child is still in question plain. So that's what I can say, that Mr. Mtumseni Ntuli, the Secretary of KwaZulu-Natal ANC, is saying that they are also commissioning a task team to be led by the former deputy ANC or chairperson in KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Willis Mchunu, who's also the former premier of KwaZulu-Natal, to see to it that they have to make their a thorough analysis so that an outcome and a credible income can also, a credible outcome can also be found on this matter, because this matter has also dragged the ANC name. So that's why the ANC wants to also to do their own investigations, even though the courts are also handling this matter, saying that they have to be a trusted ally for those who are running away, to say that the ANC is also there, so that the gender-based violence victims can also find sanctuary and see ANC as one of the most safe places for the gender-based victims or survivors to run to. That's according to Mr. Mtumseni Ntuli of the ANC here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal regarding this matter, saying that in less than 2 weeks' time they will have an outcome with regarding to their investigation.
All right, so the ANC's point of view notwithstanding, what are health officials saying with regards to this 23-year-old woman? She managed to pull it off for a couple of months, isn't it? How long, just tell us again, how long was she, seeing to patients, etc., at the various hospitals? And what are health officials saying in terms of how did she manage to get away with this?
Yeah, that question plain is still hasn't been really answered, because the thing is, it's also been there on the social media. But what we are sure of is that since 2017, she's been practicing as a medical intern at these hospitals in KwaNongoma, Hlabisa, Nkandla, and a community center at Hlengisizwe at Hammersdale in Durban. So she's been there, doing all of this work with regarding to doing vital signs and screening, as well as writing prescriptions for the client. So since 2017, she's been doing all of this work, and it still remains a mystery on how this really become a medical intern after having even failed a grade 11 at high school play.
She's been practicing from 2017. Allegedly, she didn't pass grade 11, as you're reporting. Interesting story indeed. Mr. Kumala, thank you very much indeed for your reporting.